We are now joined by Eado Hofstetter from Digital Turbine. How are you doing today?
All good, really good, yep.
Fantastic. I think it's the first time you and I have talked. We have talked to Digital Turbine in the past, but if folks aren't familiar, what is it that your company does?
Well, here at Digital Turbine, we do a bunch of things, but basically we have this platform called DT Growth, where we do user acquisition through the offer wall and through preloads and direct demand. Besides that, we also have a very big exchange. Basically, it's the second big exchange, where we have a lot of brand ads and a lot of performance ad. And the really cool and the really unique thing we have this little firmware called Ignite, which sits on the carrier and the OEMs. And basically, these are very special users that we're able to identify, and we're able to show them special ads and preload them on new devices.
Right, okay. Now, we were talking to people last year about a Unity report that suggested more people are playing mobile games, but maybe fewer are spending money. 2023 was a bit of a tough year all round for everybody, and we're hoping things will pick up. How does that trend affect a company like yours?
Well, when you think of it, there is a bunch of sources of revenue that comes into our world, right? We have the VCs. The VCs are not, well, they're sending less money to many of our developers, right? The second thing that we see is in-app purchases. The world is going through recessions. There's less in-app purchases. That obviously makes a lot of sense. And besides that, there is brand, right? So where can we bring external money out of? We can bring it from brand ads, because when we think of performance ads, basically it's a rotation of money coming from one developer to another developer. When you bring brand ads, when you bring Coca-Cola, when you bring Procter & Gamble, Unilever, basically you bring external money into our developers' world. And I guess the word here is diversification. Do you diversify your demand? Do you have the offer wall? Do you have preloads? Do you have brand performance? We see a lot of revenue coming in from fintech companies with all kinds of really cool apps, fintech apps. We call these brand formats. Basically, it's brand using a lot of performance KPIs. The more you diversify, I guess the safer you are.
AI was a big topic in 2023 with generative AI hitting the mainstream for the first time. Companies like yourselves use ML and a variation on that and have done for some time. But in 2024, the feeling is maybe a little bit mixed on the subject. What's your reaction to the whole AI situation? How do you think it's going to affect things going forward?
Yeah, so basically, sooner or later, AI is going to be all over the place. It's going to be in our lives, in gaming, or in other places in our lives. When we think of AI in gaming, so we have the graphics, right? There are already a lot of software who can enhance your graphics, show really cool colors, really cool games. But I ask myself, what happens with the creativity? Is AI smart enough today to create new original mechanics for the game? I don't think we're there yet. I do foresee we will be there in the future. But today, I believe it's more on the graphics side and development.
Gotcha. And from your perspective, if there was something useful you could pull from AI at this point, like what would you like to see AI be doing in your daily work that wouldn't maybe cost people jobs, but would perhaps make people's lives genuinely better?
Yeah. So we do foresee that AI is going to go a lot more into the optimization on the ad tech side. Basically, you have on one side an advertiser, you have a publisher, you want to connect between them, you want to do it in the most efficient way. They want to advertise in TV, in-app, billboards, all of that. At some point, there's going to be some kind of AI system which is going to do some kind of optimization and is going to find the best audience for each and every one of these advertisers. So we do foresee AI coming in more and more. We already have it partially in our systems, but it's going to take over ad tech as well.
If 2023 was kind of the AI year, what sort of trend do you see pushing out into 2024? Is it going to be everyone's still talking about AI in 12 months, or do you think something else will have replaced it?
Well, we're definitely going to still speak about AI, I believe so. But one of the really cool things that are happening in our industry, well, our industry is dominated by a duopoly of Google and Apple, right? So we have the Apple Store and the Google Play, and we see a slight crack in these stores. We have already some kind of legislation in Europe. There is some in Korea. There are some cases that were very well known. Epic, Google, Apple. We see some kind of crack.
We've had China as well with their not allowing in-app payments, daily reward bonuses, things like that. They've really cracked down on it as well.
Yeah. So we definitely see a lot more players, a lot of conversations we've even had here in the conference about alternative app stores. Is this going to take over Google tomorrow? Probably not. But we do believe that we're going to see more and more alternative distribution of users, connection with the carriers and the OEMs. We're going to see a lot more of this alternative stores this year.
As I've been walking around filming, I obviously go into the track rooms and I cover the conferences as well. And web stores has been one of the things everyone's talking about. So I think you're right there. There's going to be a bit more of that. What about yourselves? What are your plans for the upcoming 12 months?
So basically, we foresee that two other big things are going to happen for us this year. Besides the alternative store, we are also into the alternative store. We're working with Verizon and other carriers. But besides that, we see the world of privacy. We have Google's privacy sandbox. This is another very big thing that everyone is going to have to adapt to. From our side, besides that, we are progressing more and more into in-app bidding. The waterfalls are they're moving away, and bidding is becoming more of a thing. So we spoke a bit earlier about machine learning, AI. We're working a lot on these iterations in order to make our bidder significantly stronger, to get more performance. So we foresee that this year is going to be the year of bidding for us. And we do believe that together with Google, which now is moving into bidding, we do foresee that other networks are going to move into bidding as well.
And what about coming to conferences like this? You've turned up at the show today, you've got a booth down there on the hall. Just from your perspective, why do you come to shows like this? What's the benefit from your company's point of view?
So from us, I believe it's a good opportunity to meet many clients. It's very, very stressed. You have half an hour discussion with every client. You get to touch everything very, very quickly, very fast. A lot of really good developers are coming here. The relevant people that we need, right? So we have monetization people, we have user acquisition people, alternative store people. And here it's one place where we can meet all of them, have a little discussion, maybe go out for a little coffee, and then discuss business during the year 24.
Gotcha. Well, we're delighted you came along today, and we hope to see you at the next ones. Thank you for talking to us.
Thank you very much.